come out of that game injury-wise?
Good. Came away clean, so we're in good shape. Nothing, just kind of your typical bumps and bruises, but guys are feeling pretty good.
Although it seems like he was really able to get to the quarterback and create some of those pressures along with several other guys, of course, Sunday afternoon. Just, obviously he's getting those opportunities because of the situation with Clay, but how do you feel like he's making the most of them?
I think he did a good job. I think Chris Shule has done an excellent job really getting some of those younger guys that you're seeing a little bit more playing time from up to speed. I think really our rush as a whole did a great job. Whether it was, Seabass drawing a holding call on a second down, whether it was Dante with 3 of his sacks, Corey got in on the action. So I just think really the balance of being able to send guys forward and then being able to mix in some different coverage structures was really beneficial against a great offense yesterday.
After getting a chance to look at the film, any other thoughts on David Edwards?
Yeah, it felt pretty similar to kind of what we had talked about yesterday, Vinny. I thought he just, displayed really, good just poise and maturity for a younger guy making his first start, especially when you look at just, sliding inside of that guard position. Things happen a little bit quicker. But I think he did a nice job. I think he's only going to get better. I thought he played with great length and protection, did a good job getting his hands on guys. And I think that was a big part of why we were able to keep Jared clean most of the day.
He was a tight end, and even in high school, I think he was a quarterback. Does that athletic ability help and translate?
I think so. Yeah, I think, really any of that athleticism, at any of those 5 spots ends up being beneficial. But I think his position flex and some of the things that you saw movement-wise, you see him on the screen that we threw to Gerald for a touchdown. He's getting out on Deion Jones, who's one of the best linebackers in the league, making a key block at the point of attack. So I thought he had a lot of good things to be able to build on.
Have you had a chance to see, the incident with Aaron lifting Devontae Freeman off the ground and stuff?
I haven't.
You haven't seen any video or anything?
I saw the scuffle, but I didn't.Id he actually pick him up?
Yeah.
I have to pull that one up for me. I didn't see it.
Okay. Just how is he playing now?
He's playing really well. He's playing at a really high level. He does dictate a lot of the times, where the protection goes, things like that. But then when he does get his opportunity, you look at when they slid away from him the one time, he's got a 2-way go on the guard, ends up winning quickly, and then to have the presence to take that ball away from Matt as he's taking him to the ground. Those are the kind of things that you see consistently show up. He's a great football player, and really he's an instrumental part of some of the success we've had up to this point.
John Johnson, the shoes that he leaves behind are pretty
huge.
Big to fill, yeah. Taylor and Marquis have
they did a really nice job. I think Taylor Rapp taking on added snaps, really did a great job. I think Eric Weddle's command and leadership can't be underestimated in terms of the value that he provides of making everybody feel confident in what's supposed to be going on, what are our adjustments within the framework of whatever call we've made in that type of situation. But I thought Marquis did a great job in a lot of our known passing situations, and you could just feel his range. And then, Taylor Rapp is just a player that's going to continue to get better, like we're talking about with David Edwards, mature beyond his years for a rookie, and doing a lot of really good things from those two.
Staying here for the week, you've done this before, but now in your hometown.
Yeah.
What's kind of the plan here, and how is that going to be for you?
Yeah, it's going to be a normal week for us just in terms of getting into your Monday rhythm and getting ready for a Sunday game, just being in Atlanta. But we did something similar, like you mentioned, when we played Jacksonville a couple years ago and then leading into playing Arizona and London. So we'll try to keep as similar weekly rhythm as we can. The only difference is I think it's beneficial really to get the entire plan in before you end up traveling. So you kind of expedite your install plans, before you take that long flight so that guys aren't having to learn stuff once you get to London for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
How will that affect Jalen Ramsey and just as he tries to catch up and then have everything sped up a little bit?
Yeah, I think it'll be good, though, being able to have a full week, and the one thing that's so nice is when you've got a smart player, he's been playing a lot of similar coverage contours and structures, and, certainly you saw him match up and play some different variations of man, but, he's got great zone awareness. So in a lot of instances, it's really just, all right, what are the subtle nuances and the fundamentals and the techniques that might be slightly different than what he's done? But I think, his ability to play a variety of coverage structures and different things like that, I think he'll be in good shape this week, just having another week because he's such a smart player.
His physicality,
Go ahead.
His physicality really kind of jumps off the screen. Were you aware of that?
I knew that, just from having played against him and just watched him from afar that he was a physical player. But, he demonstrated that coming up, and he's getting a, forced fumble yesterday on a toss crack play. But I just think whether it's competing in coverage or even just in run support when he's asked to do that, he's demonstrated he's got a knack for making plays, and he plays tough, he plays physical, and I think that showed up yesterday, which is a good thing for us.
What about just facing Zach Taylor with that obviously kind of a difficult season for him. Have you spoken with him much throughout the
Oh yeah,
season?
you know, I think in a lot of these instances, what it's a great reflection of is what a great leader he is, how consistent he's been, you know, and like we've talked about before, you know, you learn a lot about people when you go through some of these adversities. I think our team ended up being very, you know, I thought it was good for us to be able to go through some of these things we've experienced over the last month. But I have talked to Zach. I have a whole lot of respect for him. I love him as a friend. And to see the way that he's handled things only further demonstrates why he's a special person. All right? Thanks, guys.
Thanks.